awful. I have a dad, too. I have a mom and a dad. I have one dad. He's different from your dad. I was born when my father was 50 years old. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was, I love him, but it was weird growing up with a dad that much older than you. I found out 50 years old, I was like, what are you, Abraham? That's biblical, and don't get me wrong, I love him, but when I was a little kid, we'd go to the movies, a little thing, we'd go to the movies, we're both getting discounts. Yeah, one child in Noah here is going to use his silver savings card, if that's all right. Are you still taking those? Yeah, and then one time in second grade, Mrs. Burns, remember her? She says, kids, go home, ask your father who was president when he was your age, and what was the price of bread? Yeah. An interesting little social studies experiment for everyone in the class. Not for me. For me, the most humiliating experience of my life. Because all the other kids had normal presidents. Yeah, the president was John F. Kennedy. The president was Eisenhower. They got to me. Yeah, the president was Julius Caesar. And the price of bread was chicken. That's why old men have such big wallets from carrying around all the livestock. In case you didn't know. My dad is old. Old dads like to try to get you to do the things that they did growing up. I think all dads do it, but with old dads, it's very odd. Like in the summer, we'd come in hot and sweaty. My father, what are you, hot? You're sweaty? Why don't you go outside and open up a fire hydrant like we used to? Open up a fire hydrant? Dad, listen, Dad, what was once fun in the sun for you, Spanky, and Alfalfa is now called a felony. I guess it's normal, try to get your kids to do things you did growing up. Like, we'll probably do that with our kids. I'll do it with my kids, but it'll be different, though, because I grew up in the 80s. So I'll tell them to do 80s things. I'll say, hey, son, what are you, bored? You bored? Well, why don't you just throw on your parachute pants and, break dance on down to the arcade and, play yourself a quick game of Frogger. Yeah. Oh, don't forget your members-only jacket. And get over here, let me help you straighten out that leather tie, kid. I'm proud of you. Keep it footloose. That's my boy. Yeah. Oh, I miss my parents. I don't miss my brother, unfortunately. My brother is a little different. He's very wealthy now. He's very successful now because he has one of those jobs. You've had these. He goes every day. It's like he's obsessed. Even on Mondays, come on. You know how you can tell somebody's rich? This is what I've noticed with my dad and certain people in Los Angeles. They never call their car just the car. They got to let you know what kind of car they drive. My brother's always does it. Yeah, hey, Gary, the Beamer was in the shop, so I had to take the Benz. Yeah, it's so obnoxious. So I always try to compete with them. Like, yeah, man, I know what you mean. The other day, the Geo was out of gas, so I had to take the bus.